The crucifixion of Jesus Christ is one of the most significant events in history, but how did it affect those who were directly involved? It's a story we know well, the trial, the torture, the sacrifice. But how often do we stop and think about the human beings who were present at that moment? Those whose lives were forever altered by their proximity to this extraordinary event. In this series, we'll delve into the lives of those who witnessed the crucifixion firsthand, exploring how this pivotal moment in history rippled through their lives.
Imagine, if you will, the weight of the Roman Empire resting on your shoulders. You are a soldier, hardened by years of battle, trained to follow orders without question. Your duty is to maintain order, to enforce the law, even if it means carrying out the most gruesome of tasks. You've seen death before, felt its cold embrace on countless battlefields, but this execution is different. The man before you, bloodied and beaten, claims to be the Son of God. His eyes, though filled with pain, hold a strange sense of peace, a quiet strength that unsettles you. You drive the nails into his flesh, the sound echoing in the heavy silence. He doesn't cry out, doesn't struggle. He simply looks at you, his gaze piercing through your hardened shell, and utters a prayer for your forgiveness. The sun disappears, swallowed by an unnatural darkness. The earth trembles beneath your feet. Doubt, a seed you thought long dead, begins to sprout within your soul. Could this man, this Jesus, truly be who he claimed to be? The thought haunts you long after his lifeless body is removed from the cross. You try to push it aside, to cling to the certainty of your orders, your duty. But the seed of doubt continues to grow, fueled by the memory of his gaze, the echo of his words. You find yourself questioning everything you once believed, the very foundation of your world shaken to its core. The face of the man you crucified is seared into your memory, a constant reminder of the day you played a part in something far greater, far more terrible than you could have ever imagined.
You are Joseph of Arimathea, a respected member of the council, and Nicodemus, a Pharisee who once visited Jesus by night. Your lives revolve around the scriptures, around tradition, around the rigid structure of your faith. This man, Jesus, with his radical teachings and claims of divinity, represents a challenge to everything you hold dear. He questions your interpretations and draws crowds away from the synagogue with his message of love and forgiveness. You see the people flocking to him, enthralled by his words, and a sense of curiosity and conflict takes root in your hearts. You and your fellow leaders, bound by tradition and fear, witness the fateful decision to condemn Jesus. You hear the accusations of blasphemy, a crime punishable by death. You know he is innocent, but the pressure to preserve the order you have so carefully constructed is immense. You stand before Pilate, witnessing the demand for Jesus' execution. But as you watch him condemned, a flicker of doubt ignites within you. The look on his face, one of compassion rather than hatred, pierces through your carefully constructed facade. The guilt gnaws at you, a persistent whisper in the silence of your prayers. You try to justify your actions, to convince yourselves that you were serving a higher purpose. But the image of Jesus, unjustly condemned, continues to haunt your thoughts. The world around you seems to shift, the once solid ground of your beliefs crumbling beneath your feet. You are left adrift in a sea of doubt, questioning everything you thought you knew, forever marked by the weight of your decision.
Joseph of Arimathea, a respected member of the council, and Nicodemus, a Pharisee, have watched the events unfold with heavy hearts. They too fear the upheaval Jesus represents, the disruption to the established order. But something about his message, his unwavering compassion, resonates within them. They witness the trial, the hasty judgment, the brutal execution, and as they stand at the foot of the cross, watching life drain from his broken body, a profound sense of wrongness washes over them. This man, they realize, was no blasphemer. He was a teacher, a healer, a beacon of hope in a world shrouded in darkness. When the time comes to bury the crucified, it is Joseph and Nicodemus who step forward, defying the silent disapproval of their peers. They see the fear in their peers' eyes, the desire to distance themselves from this controversial figure, but they cannot, will not abandon him in death. Joseph approaches Pilate, requesting permission to give Jesus a proper burial. Pilate grants it, surprised by the unexpected request. Joseph and Nicodemus gather linen and spices, preparing his body with reverence and care, their actions a silent act of defiance against the injustice they have witnessed. As they lay him in the tomb, a sense of peace settles over them. Though grief weighs heavy on their hearts, it is tempered by a newfound understanding. They have chosen to honor their conscience, to act with compassion in the face of fear, and in doing so, they have discovered a strength they never knew they possessed. The world may never understand their actions, but they stand firm in their conviction, forever changed by their encounter with the man called Jesus.
The crucifixion of Jesus Christ not only changed the course of history, but also deeply affected those who were part of it. The Roman soldier, haunted by his role in the execution, found his worldview shattered, replaced by doubt and the possibility of redemption. The two Pharisees who condemned Jesus grappled with the weight of their decision, forever marked by the guilt and uncertainty that gnawed at their souls, and honored Jesus in death, and discovering the courage for their convictions, finding solace in the act of compassion. Their stories remind us of the profound impact one event can have on individual lives, leaving ripples that extend far beyond the boundaries of time and space.